So here in this figure, we have to identify the vectors that are collinear, codicial, and co-equal. Okay, now we can see here that we have several vectors a, b, c, d, x, y, and z. So all of these vectors are arranged in this fashion to form a hexagonal shape, and also one of the diagonal is given. Our goal will be to identify the ones that are collinear. We'll start with the first one. So collinear, we'll use the definition here that two or more vectors are said to be collinear if they have the same parallel stand. Meaning, we're going to draw a straight line. On the straight line, if we can place all these vectors on top of the other, then the vectors, even anti-parallel vectors, will become collinear with each other. So as we can see here, let's start with vector A. So here vector A is going to be parallel to vector D. So vector A and vector D is going to be collinear with each other. Then we can pick up a vector B. Now vector B and vector X are collinear. However, we see that the vector Z is also parallel to both B and X. So these three, B, X and Z, these three vectors are collinear with each other. Then we have the vector C. Vector C is going to be collinear with vector Y. Next, coming to the second one, we need to find out the vectors that have the same initial point. So that means the vectors are co-initial. As we can see here, if we consider point A, so point A are stemming out three vectors. We have vector A, vector Z, and vector Y. So that means they are going to be having the same co-initial point. So we have vector A, vector Y, and vector Z. Coming to the third one, we need to identify the vectors that are equal. Equal means the vector must be parallel to each other. That means they must be collinear, they must be in the same direction, and they must have the same magnitude. So if we start with vector A, so vector A and vector D, they are parallel to each other, they are of the same length, and they also are pointing in the same direction. So we'll see that vector A equals vector D. Now here, I missed out the direction of vector C. Now vector C and vector Y, they are going to be equals to each other because both of them have got the same length. They also are pointing in the same direction and are collinear. Is there any other pair left that are equal? Yes, that's vector B and vector X. Both B and X are pointing in the same direction. They are of the same length and they are collinear.